What's up guys, it's Brandon, and today we're going to be checking out the hardware version of the API 2500. So API is sort of known for their punchy character and how aggressive they can get throughout all their pieces of gear. But the API 2500 is really known for being that punchy box to really get you that API punch that everyone's kind of looking for. So to start things off, I'm just going to go over a little bit on what is actually on the unit. All the knobs are stepped except for the release and the output, and they feel super solid. There's no play in them or anything. You know, sometimes you'll get something, whether it be a guitar pedal or an actual piece of gear, and the knobs will be they just feel cheap, like they're shaky pots and everything. These ones are completely solid. So you have all the normal settings that you would see in a compressor. You have threshold, attack, release, ratio. But the things that really make it different are actually the tone section. And within the tone section, you have a knee setting, a thrust setting, and then it's sort of a circuitry setting, if you will. It's really, they just call it the tone type. And it really just switches between how the signal is actually ran through the circuitry within the compressor, which is super cool because it actually gives you sort of two different units in one. And then the knee setting is really just how hard the compressor is reacting once the signal hits the threshold. The best way that I could explain it is I'm actually just going to show you this picture from the manual real quick. Focus! So this is the picture they give you, and I think it does a really good representation of what a knee actually is. And then from there, they have the thrust setting, which once again, I'm going to show you a picture because the picture just describes it so perfectly and really shows you guys what it's doing. To elaborate on that a little bit, it's basically just taking 20 dB off of 20 hertz and adding 20 dB on 20K. So it's sort of just tilting the whole frequency spectrum. And then medium is doing that same thing, except it's leaving the mid-range unaffected, and then normal is just leaving the signal completely unaffected. So other than that, it's a beautiful unit. The VU meters are awesome. They light up. Almost all the tone section have actual lights that light up and everything. It's a pretty colorful looking unit. But other than that, we're going to run some rock drums through it, and it's kind of just a sort of tom beat, very simple drum beat that I have going here. And we're going to run through some settings. I'm going to bypass and engage it, and hopefully it'll give you guys a good chance to hear what the unit actually sounds like. So the API 2500 has definitely turned into one of my favorite compressors, even after just having it for a couple days. It's super versatile. I noticed some people talking about being limited to what you can do with it, but I've noticed that with all the settings they give you on it, you can really do anything with it as long as you're willing to sit there and spend the time to really find the perfect settings for it. It's a super punchy box. I actually love it on the mix bus, which it's more known for being kind of a drum bus compressor, but on the mix bus I love it. It can really add some, you know, low end punch. And if I do, my favorite setting, just so you guys know, is actually I like the neon soft, the thrust option on loud, and then the old setting. And on the mix bus I'll just compress like 2 to 4 dB ish, and it's perfect because you don't really hear the compression, but it's just gluing the mix perfectly together. So I would definitely recommend checking it out more. If you haven't checked out the plugin's great. It's different. I'm not going to compare them, but the hardware unit I prefer a lot more over the plugin, but they both have their own advantages and disadvantages. If you guys want more information, I'm going to put links down to APIs. Wow, I'm going to put links in the description down to APIs. Wow, I cannot get this. I'm going to put a link in the description to API's website. There we go. Okay, link in the description, as well as a link to where you can actually buy the unit for yourself. If you guys have the unit or have the plugin, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.